Good morning, students. Today we are going to start chapter 3 of Civics. Name is What is Government? And today we will discuss part 1, and in this part we will discuss about the definition and meaning of government. Government, the word that you have listened so many times, right? Government is doing like this, government is doing like this. From government, this statement has been released in news channels, newspapers, and various kinds of resources of information. You get the knowledge about government and you have listened this word so many times. So what is government? We'll discuss meaning and definition of government in this video and the functions of government. What does government do in a state or country? This is also the topic of today's video. And organs. So what are the organs of government? So before starting the chapter and before discussion further, let's have discuss something about the news headlines. So let's see these news headlines from the newspapers. So students, let's read them. These are the headlines from the newspapers. Government sought to protect rights of unorganized workers. Unorganized workers, those workers who are working in the construction sites and other different kinds of means which are non-governmental institutions, or these are the unorganized workers. So government has to protect them. Detailed plan to tackle flood soon, says government. So flood is the natural calamity or natural hazard. So during the natural hazards, the government has the responsibility to help the people. Government fixes price of onions, says no shortage in market. It means the availability of goods also is the responsibility of the government. For example, petroleum is being imported from the other countries, because in India it has no sufficient amount of petroleum according to the consumption of petroleum. So in the same way, like these commodities, onions, etc., all kinds of these important and essential commodities are the responsibility of the government to make them available in the market. Supreme Court can have 5 more judges. Supreme Court can have 5 more judges. This is all the also is the statement from the government. So government wants to decide that how many judges should be there in the Supreme Court. So this is also the function of government. Government for revamping coal and power sector. So coal means mineral, it is one of the minerals. So minerals and power resources also are in hands of the government, and the major decisions taken by the government. Over 15,000 villages declared scarcity hit by government. So what kind of scarcity is there? Any kind of scarcity should be there, means regarding the economy, regarding the resources, regarding other kinds of commodities, regarding water. Clear? So any kinds of scarcity might be there. So this is also identified by the government, and the government will take it the main steps and to resolve the problem. So in this way, with the help of these headlines, we can say that the government has different functions to do and regarding people. So after the discussion about these headlines from the newspaper, we can understand what are the functions of government. So about the functions we'll discuss later, but first of all, before knowing the functions of the government, we should know what is government. So here 2 or 3 definitions are there of the government, and with the help of these statements we will try to understand what is government. First, a government is the system. The government system. It is a system or group of people. The government is the group of people. Right? So with the help of these definitions, we will try to understand the features of government. Governing an organized community, often a state. In this way, we can know about the government, that government is a system. It is the system, particular system, and or group of people. in government people are there. So two things are clear, that it is a system and there are people in the government. Clear? Third one, governing an organized community. Government always to govern a community, especially organized community. What is organized community? The community which has its several particular features and in organized form. Often a state. State is organized community, because state is state is having its own population, right? State is having population and territory or land and sovereignty and the government. Clear? Government. There are four elements of state. State is the particular area of people where the people live in a particular territory governed by the government and having the sovereignty. Sovereignty means freedom, complete freedom, supremacy, or there is no external interference in that territory, means this is the state. In this way, Haryana, Punjab, Rajasthan, these are not state, because they have the population, they have the land or territory, they have the government, but they do not have sovereignty. But these are the provinces or the subunits of the state of India. Clear? So India is a state or country, and these are the subordinate units of India. But generally we say state, we can say them state, and but if we know the particular definition of state, then we cannot say them state. So this is the definition of government. So some features we have understood. Another definition. What is a government? A government is the system. Again, this is the feature. It is a system to govern a state or community. So same thing is here, that government always to govern a state or community. After that, third one, a government is an institution. It may be in form of institution. Why it is called institution? Because it is the combination of the several types of institutions. So it is the combined institution. For example, president, prime minister, chief ministers, governors, all these kinds of officials can be considered like institutions, and through which leaders exercise power. Leaders exercise their power to make and enforce laws. So one more feature is here, that is government can make the laws. Clear? Government can enforce laws. Understand? So this is the meaning and definition of government. With the help of these three definitions, we can understand what is a government. And now we'll understand about the functions of government, what government does. So now next topic is functions. What are the functions of government, or what does the government do in a state or in organized community? With the help of these headings, we can understand the functions of government. You should note down in your notebook. About the definitions also you have noted down, I think, and functions also you should note down, so that you will be able to understand. Now listen very carefully and watch very carefully, so that you will be able to understand much better. Do not skip any part of this video. Function number 1, protects all the rights of the citizens. Government always protects the rights of the citizens, whether these are the social rights in the society, all the citizens should be equal, no discrimination should be there. Political rights, government also protects the political rights of the citizens. They can fight election, they can criticize the government, they can make the political parties, right? Or economic rights, they have also means economic rights, all the citizens, so the protected by the government. So in this way, all the rights of the citizens are protected by the government. If rights are violated, you can go to the court, you can go to the judiciary. Judiciary is the part of government. We will discuss after this topic how this is the part of the government. Defense against external enemies. You can take example, a recent example, China is going to attack on India. it is having several disputes with India, boundary disputes on LAC. So in this way, the Indian government has full responsibility to protect the territory of our country and the people of our country. So it is going through the delegations and the conversations and different kinds of meetings, right? General level meeting, commander level meeting, or foreign external ministers level meeting, right? So in this way, the country always protects the territory with the help of the government. So government is protecting against external enemies. Take example of India, like from Pakistan, from China, etc. So in this way, government protects against external enemies. Next one is it manages economic condition in country, because all the states and countries are governed with the help of economic situations, right? Economy is very important part of in state or countries. Without economy, we cannot govern the country, we cannot hold the situations, because economy is very important. So national economy is most important in the development of the country. So economic conditions are in hands of the government. Government always manage the economic conditions. If during the corona the people's work completely was stopped, and the income of the government also was stopped, but in spite of that, the government continuously helped the poor people, understand? And to hold the economy, several kinds of schemes were launched, and some situations were controlled, and some other steps were taken by the government to control economic system. So it manages economic condition. Next one is redistribution of income. How does government do this work? Redistribution of income means government takes taxes from rich people, right? Tax from rich people, and because there is very big difference between the rich and poor people, so what does government do? Government take taxes from rich people, and after that, or middle class people, working people, or those people who earn money in slight surplus, right? So they have to deposit the income tax to the government, and with the help of this tax, through several kinds of schemes, by running some schemes, government distributes this money among the poor people. For example, under the PDS, public distribution system, poor people, those whose earnings are very low, so they have been provided with some kinds of grains, right, other commodities, and under the different kinds of schemes, the people can get the houses, clear? So the basic needs, basic requirements are fulfilled by the government, right, under this kind of system. This is called the redistribution of income. Getting my point? It's very simple. After that, it provides public facilities. Public parks are set up, water facilities provided by the government, clear? Or other kinds of means which are given in the directive principles of state policy, article 36 to 51. So under these articles, some directions are given to the state by the constitution, right, for the welfare of people. So for the welfare of people, government always provides public facilities to the people. For example, transport, education, health, clear? So these are the public facilities. Supervision and resolution of conflicts. Wherever conflicts are there, government always supervises the conflicts and tries to solve them, clear, with the help of the judiciary. After that, development and change in political system. Government, as we can say that government makes the laws or government changes the laws. So this is the amendment in the constitution. So by doing the amendment in the constitution, changing in the constitution, government changes the political system. For example, earlier there was no anti-defection law. The people used to, leaders, after winning the election of the particular political party's ticket, they used to leave that party and join another party, right, for their own selfishness. But now it is completely prohibited due to the defection laws passed in 1985. So these kinds of laws and acts were passed by the government to develop and change in the political system, regarding positive changes in the political system. All these functions are done by the government with the help of some organs. So now we'll discuss what are the organs of the government. The topic is organs of government. Organs means the parts of government. With the help of those organs, government does all the functions. Clear? Practicing all the functions. So there are three organs of government. Number one, legislature. Legislature. Number two, executive. And number three, judiciary. There are different functions of these organs. Clear? Separate functions are there. For example, legislature makes the laws. Right? Executive implements them. Implements laws. And judiciary interprets laws or protects them. So legislature in India, like parliament or state legislative in assembly in the states, these kinds of institutions make laws. Clear? And these bodies are representatives of the people, consisting of the representatives of people. Executive implements laws, means this is also the second organ of the government. And the third organ of the government, judiciary, it interprets the laws or it protects the laws. Means the laws made by legislature and implemented by executive, if any citizen or anybody violates those laws, breaks them, clear, and does not follow them, so judiciary interprets and protects the laws by punishing those people who are not following laws. So dear students, in this way, in this video, we have discussed about what is government, definition, what are the functions of government, and what are the organs of government. I hope that you understood, and you have to revise the topic by watching this video again. If you have any doubt, you can ask me by writing in the comment box. Thank you. Have a nice day.